Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Excuse me. Today, we're going to be looking at the state of altcoins. Okay. It's a video that I tend to do every now and then. We look at the Bitcoin dominance. We look at other charts that help us navigate and understand altcoin strength in the market, the trend for Bitcoin, etc. I think it's prudent to make a video like this considering what Bitcoin has done for the past 2 weeks. And just to recap, we see that last week we saw Bitcoin rally about 11.5%, bouncing off the 50-week moving average. And today we see it rally about 8.5%, which also reflects the same amount of percent for this week because today is the first day of the week. So, with that said, um, things are going to become interesting, right? Things are getting interesting. As an example, what do you see on your right on my right screen here? You see my watch list. You see Bitcoin btc.d, you see BLX, you see Ethereum BTC, right? Ethereum BTC is down 1.28%. Uniswap BTC is down 0.5%. Basic attention tokens down 1%. Celsius is down 5%. Cardano's down 0.5%. Litecoin down 0.5%. So on and so forth. You see Tezos down 5%. BNB down 3%. And I'm sure if we go back, if we go on, say, um, CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, you'll see that Bitcoin valuations of altcoins are kind of dropping. Now, this is interesting, usually in the sense that when altcoins are dropping, Bitcoin's also dropping, right? And that just means that altcoins are just dropping harder. Now, in this case, we see Bitcoin rallying 8.5%, and we still see altcoin Bitcoin valuations dropping. Their US dollar value is going up, right? Ethereum's up 7%. Uniswap is up 8%. Basic attention token up 7.5%. So what's the deal here? Well, I think it we're in the second leg of this trend here. And you'll notice that I have, if I zoom out here, you'll see that a bunch of rallies on Bitcoin dominance have been highlighted, been measured by day, not by how much it's rallied, but just by day. and and whenever we look at these structures here, um, we tend to see something similar happen. And let's stack Bitcoin USD to btc.d to investigate this, to show what I mean. Okay. So I'm gonna bring this up here. So top BTC USD on Bitstamp, bottom is the Bitcoin dominance chart. So you'll see here this rally here kind of coincides with Bitcoin rallying. Here, same thing, rallying. Uh, this here, not much of a rally, but more of a downtrend. Here starts the rally off of a downtrend, but then Bitcoin takes over. Here, Bitcoin rallied at the beginning, but initially dropped. Okay, so all in all, you see that Bitcoin dominance can gain dominance if it drops like a rock, right? You saw that happen the past few months. Bitcoin drops, altcoin valuations against Bitcoin also drop harder. Therefore, US dollar valuation drops more on altcoins than Bitcoin. It can also drop, Bitcoin dominance can also drop off of a Bitcoin rally. And so, usually, what we see, as you can see from here, um, for example, that Bitcoin can initially start the rally with a drop and then take over, right? And then take over. You can see here, week of August 31st, 2020, Bitcoin dominance dropped, and Bitcoin dropped 12% for the week. However, after that, Bitcoin dominance start to gain, and what we see here, Bitcoin US dollar starts to rally. So this is what I mean by the second half of Bitcoin dominance of this trend here. Bitcoin has given its drop, if this is how we're going to think it. Bitcoin had given its initial drop, started bleeding, altcoins started to bleed, and we see a trend going up. And now we see Bitcoin break certain key levels and is getting quite bullish at the moment, short term bullish. And so now altcoins are now having a hard time keeping up. And so now we see these drop in valuations further. But we see Bitcoin going up, we see Bitcoin dominance going up. How long will this last? Well, this trend, when we measured all the portions of it, we can only really go back to 2017. You can try to measure these, but at this point in time, not many altcoins are in the space as much as they are now. So I don't know if it's wise to keep these uh, the further back data points. But all in all, we have a case of 133 days, 154 days, 133, 84, 133, 56. So on average, usually it's over 100 days at least. Currently, right now, we're in our eighth week below the 20-week moving average, which is pretty crazy of how long it's been. And it's been it's been like 12 weeks or so. It's been about 77 days. By the end of this week, it'll be 77 days. And we're inching ever closer to 133 days, which is what I mapped out here. Again, it could take up to 154 days, right, which would bring us to October. But I have 133 days just drawn out here, considering that there are multiple times. 133 days is usually around the time for Bitcoin to rally. Where does that leave us? That leaves us about, roughly 56 days or so of Bitcoin doing this, right? Of Bitcoin just rallying or increasing in dominance. And if you just take a general trend line, it kind of lines up pretty nicely. I predict around 50 to 55% dominance for this trend. It can go higher, can go lower. It's just an arbitrary line that I have here. There's not much importance to it. It's just holding basic support and resistance levels of past peaks in Bitcoin dominance back in 2017, 2018. So with that said, that's where I have my lines drawn. It draws out pretty nicely. Again, it doesn't have to follow this trend, but I anticipate Bitcoin dominance to continue to rally for the foreseeable future until Bitcoin is back above the 20-week moving average, holding steady above it. And then that's when we can start talking bullish about altcoins, about a majority of altcoins. You're going to have certain, you're going to have fringe cases, right? You have Link that's up 5% against Bitcoin. You have VeChain up 5% against Bitcoin as well. You have Aave up 4.75% against Bitcoin. So it is possible for altcoins to outpace Bitcoin during this time. I'm just saying it's not common. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today, you guys. Bitcoin dominance continues to rally, right? We're seeing Bitcoin gain back that dominance, and hence uh, the reason why I say majority Bitcoin in your portfolio. It's for moments like these when Bitcoin drops, the altcoins tank, and when Bitcoin starts really rallying, like today, altcoins have a hard time keeping up. Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.